Greetings! Fellow gamers, hi, how are you? How's it going? How are we doing on this lovely Tuesday evening? There will be a bit of coughing because your boy had COVID. Man, I wish I was a super fighting robot that didn't have fucked up lungs. Anyway, alright, hang on. I need water, like immediately. So yeah, your boy caught COVID. Your boy isolated for 2 fucking weeks. Your boy almost went fucking insane. And I would like to state that if you have to isolate for 2 weeks for COVID, do not underestimate the toll that would take on your mental health. Because holy shit. But anyway, yes. Hello, Triad. Hello, Keo. Hello, who else is here? I see C, I see Tora, I saw Jamie, I see Pitchcart. I see Chris. How's it going, everyone? How are we doing today? How is your evening so far? Oh man. Yeah, I'm gonna be a little bit phlegmy tonight. But also I miss streaming. It's been 3 weeks because of the fucking camp. Holy shit. God damn it. I was about to say, like, it's been 2 weeks. Wait a fucking second. No, it hasn't. It's been more than that! But yeah. So, it's been a hot minute. And, I think yesterday? Yesterday I came across a YouTube video. Actually, I came across, like, a couple of YouTube videos of people basically making their own Marvel vs. Capcom rosters. And it was mostly born out of this, like, tier maker template that has like over 750 Marvel and Capcom characters in it. And I think it's mostly just like predictions, wish lists, stuff like that. And I mostly saw that and I'm thinking, okay, but you know what would be cool actually? It would be really cool to make like a Marvel vs. Capcom roster from the actual headspace of like a real like producer or executive, like someone that is interested in like, you know, making a successful game. That excuse me. Poggers fellow greeting, how's it going, DG Shu? Did you know that I had COVID? It was awful. But you know what? I want to stream today, so I'm gonna stream today. God, okay. So, I thought it would be fun if we did a roster for Marvel vs. Capcom with the, like, with the assumption that we're making it as, like, an actual producer or executive that is looking to make a genuinely successful tentpole project. Like, not a wish list of just whatever the fuck I want, because let's be real, most of you already know it's going to be, like, half Mega Man characters. Like, you all know that. You all fucking know that. Like, if it's just like, oh, this is a wish list of what Lewis wants, it would just be a Mega Man fighting game. That's all it would be. So, that's not happening. So, but it's also not going to be necessarily a prediction, because, I mean, I am not even going to begin to think I can get in the head of an actual, like, Marvel vs. Capcom, like, 4 roster. Like, if the actual Marvel vs. Capcom 4 comes out, it's probably not going to look anything like what we're gonna do tonight. But I like the idea of trying anyway. Like, not necessarily this is what a Marvel vs. Capcom 4 roster is gonna look like, as much as like this is like if I wanted to make a successful video game that tailored to the current market, this is the kind of game that I, as an individual that in this hypothetical scenario would work either for Capcom or Marvel or whatever, would put out. That is the conceit of tonight's stream. That is the conceit. So let me switch over really quick. Okay, so this goddamn fucking list. Oh, wait a second. Does it not show in the mouse? Actually, you know what? It's fair. It doesn't need the mouse. Anyway, so this giant motherfucking tier list is 750 plus characters. This is 750 plus characters.
Hello there.
Hello, Samus. Welcome. Yeah, this is 750 plus characters. There are many. Life has many characters, Ed boy. So, yeah. So, once again, another reminder. I literally had COVID. It was awful. I isolated for 2 weeks. I did not have access to my computer. I was locked up in the bedroom. It was miserable. So, fuck it. I'm streaming today. It's happening. Anyway. Oh, wait, hang on. Where's my music? Okay, there we go. I got a Marvel vs. Capcom playlist. It's on random and on shuffle, so. Phoenix was in UMVC 3, and though he was a joke character at the time, he became a bit of a listen, I'm not even through explaining the conceit of this. Like, hang on, let me write what was some of the stuff that I never actually posted the goddamn. There you go. Alright. Okay, what is some, because I wrote down some stuff. I wrote down some stuff that's mostly, like, the conceit of this. Come here, Twitter. I literally wrote it, like, I wrote some of it on Twitter. Okay, there we go. Alright. So I'm imposing a limit of 44 characters. Because, like, here my thought on that was... Where is it? There we go. Okay. So I was going through the rosters of old games. And I was mostly thinking about, like, the circumstances over why the roster sizes are the way they are. Hi, Ran. So Marvel vs. Capcom 2 has 56 characters. But Marvel vs. Capcom 2 also literally fucking copy-pasted, like, half of its characters from existing fighting games. Like, literally copy-pasted. I'm looking at you, Morrigan. I know, the fucking dead horse is right there. Which freed up the devs to make, you know, characters that aren't in fighting games. Like, make more new ones, like, you know, Hayato from Plasma Sword, or Tron Bon, or Surfbot, or, you know, shit like that. So, I don't think it's realistic to have a 56 character roster nowadays. That doesn't seem realistic, because the only reason that roster is so huge is literally just because of how much of it was copy-pasted. What are some of the other numbers that I pulled up? Marvel vs. Capcom 3 had 36 characters plus 2 DLC. Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 had 50. See, I was thinking if I wanted to make it 50, but that actually felt like the situation for Marvel vs. Capcom 3 is a little different, because it literally got, like, 2 DLC characters and then an updated version that had extra characters, and that's kind of the equivalent. That's kind of the modern day equivalent of, like, a season or 2 of DLC. Like, I'm not really sure how to handle that, but it still feels like 36 is more on the realistic side. Just because, you know, that they would be making all brand new characters at that point. Like, even if they're porting over movesets, they would still have to make those movesets in a brand new engine. What's the number I had for Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite? 30 plus 6 DLC. So less characters than Marvel 3. Actually, with the DLC, it's as many characters as the base roster for Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Holy crap. I might not stay for long because I'm also keeping track of some AA fan translation proofreading, but I want to stay up for this. You have me intrigued. So if I leave, assume I'll come back. Yeah, that's fair. I got you. Yeah, this is a thought experiment. I want to create, in this hypothetical scenario, we are like a legitimate Capcom or Marvel executive that wants to make a successful game, aka, point of view, you are an executive and you want money. How do you make money? You make a good fucking game. So, I settled on 44. 44 is a little higher than some of the other base rosters on here. But my thinking is mostly like, there's so much legacy behind Marvel vs. Capcom that it would be weird if you made the roster smaller. Like with Marvel vs. Capcom 3, they got away with that because like they literally, you know, made the game in a brand new engine. What song is this? Oh, this is Infinite. Yeah, sure, why not? Whatever, it's fine. You can stay Carol Danvers. Yeah, right. Okay. So going from 56 to 36 kind of makes more sense when you're literally building the entire game from scratch. And, like, even when they made Infinite, and the roster was even smaller than the original Marvel vs. Capcom 3, like, people complained. And even that, they literally just copied over a lot of the characters. Like, that was, like, a major complaint with Marvel Infinite. The fact that there were so few new characters. And the few new characters that were there were DLC. Everyone else is mostly just, like, imported from Marvel 3, except, like, imported badly. Because the art style was different, and it was a completely different engine. Like, what is it? I think Marvel Infinite was made in Unreal 4? Is that correct? Not Unreal 4, but, like, Unreal. Whichever Unreal. It was in an Unreal. It was in an Unreal Engine. When's RoboCop? I'm gonna take that as War Machine. Well, Spartason, War Machine is RoboCop at home. Does that count? Okay, but like, okay, Marvel 3 was made with empty frameworks. Completely different engine, proprietary engine by Capcom. Infinite was made in Unreal. In this hypothetical scenario, meanwhile, Sakurai across the street at Nintendo, everyone is here. Now never ask me for anything ever again. He's insane, alright? Alright, in this okay. In this hypothetical scenario, I am going to go under the assumption that all the Marvel games happened. Okay? Like, there was a point where I thought maybe I'll do like a hypothetical where we didn't get Marvel Infinite, and this is just the proper version of Marvel Infinite. I decided against it. Because I don't like the idea of like erasing something from history and then pretending like I can do better. That doesn't sit right with me. That makes me feel conceited. And I don't like that. Although, I mean, Infinite is bad, but you know, I don't want to reach that level of conceit. I don't want that. So I'm gonna go under the assumption that Infinite happened. Props for having Kyle Hyde make cameos in 2 different Smash games, but still. Phoenix Wright is in Sakurai. Yeah, well, Phoenix Wright was never in a Smash game, so there you fucking go. Okay. So yeah, in this scenario, you know, Marvel 1, Marvel 2, Marvel 3, Ultimate Marvel 3, Marvel Infinite, everything happened. So that legacy of games. Oh, also, you know, X-Men vs. Street Fighter, Marvel vs. Street Fighters, you know, and you know, all of that happened. So there's a whole legacy that we need to keep in mind. And so this is Marvel 4. In this hypothetical scenario, we're making Marvel 4. We are making like Actual, genuine, honest to God, Marvel vs. Capcom 4, not scared of attaching a fucking number to it. It was always kind of weird to me that Infinite did not commit to attaching a number to it. That kind of felt to me like a lack of confidence in the project. But anyway, no. This is Marvel 4. By the way, can you hear the music just fine? Or do I need to turn it up? Because now I can barely hear it. Hang on a second. I'm turning this up a tiny bit. There. Don't turn it up too much because 4 is also bad luck sometimes, though. I mean, I'm pretty sure that, like, Marvel Infinite kind of already took that hit for the fucking team. But, honestly, you would be surprised by how much people are fucking clamoring for Marvel 4. But, like, the general idea here is, like, we're making Marvel 4. And because it's Marvel 4 with, you know, the number 4 attached to it, like, we're going to go under the assumption that this is, like, a tentpole project for Capcom. This is something that they want to invest real, like, money and manpower behind, because, you know, that's a working relationship with Marvel. You don't want to ruin a working relationship. Again. Not to mention the circumstances behind Infinite were kind of weird, what with, you know, the devaluing of Fantastic Four and X-Men and the talks of buying Fox kind of happening around that same time. So, tentpole project. And we're going to assume that the budget for this version of Marvel is going to allow for 44 base roster characters. I don't know how much dev time we're going to, like, I'm not going to get into that much of a nitty-gritty because, you know, how much dev time, how many developers we have, how many teams we have, I don't have those kinds of numbers. Pitch width 6. There we go. Like, that is too much minutia there. Hi, Dr. Plague Doctor. Like, that is way too much minutia. So I'm not going to get into that. We're just going to assume we have enough budget for 44 characters, and we are planning for 3 seasons of DLC. Now, for the most part, I'm going to assume that the budget for the DLC seasons are separate, and that as development for the game continues throughout the years, the budgets are going to, I need you to BRB for a second and... Oh. Alright. Oh god. Why do I have so many calls? What the fuck? Alright, hang on. BRB. Okay. We're good. It's fine. It's fine. It was just... No one is hurt. Everything is fine. It was just time sensitive and needed to be dealt with now. It could not be put off. So... It was dealt with now. It was just bad timing. It's fine. Okay. I am, however, a little tense. On edge. So, what the hell was I talking about before? I don't remember. I'm gonna drink water. Why did the music stop? Video paused. Continue it. YouTube! Christ alive, YouTube. We're all CEOs now and we make video games. Alright, okay. Well, no, we're executives. CEOs don't make video games. They're not involved in that. We are executives making decisions about the direction of a video game, and we're gonna hire people to make the game. We're not making the game. We're making the decisions for the game. That's what a producer is, baby. Imagine this is you. I am giving you the pats. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, what was I discussing? I brought up roster size. I brought up budget. Like we have enough. We're treating this like a tentpole project. You have such a good white person customer service. Thanks, John. Thanks, John. Thank you for the 43 years, John. I do have a very good white person customer service voice. I really do. And it was very effective right now. All right. Yeah, 43 years. Can't you read it? It says 43 years. All right. Okay. Budget. 44 characters. 3 seasons of I was talking about DLC. That's right. Okay. So the budget is going to be mostly for the main roster. We're going to work under the assumption that each season of DLC is going to have its own independent budget. And because video games usually have diminishing returns over a long period of time, that budget's probably going to get smaller and smaller, which is why each season is going to have less and less characters. Well, I can't believe you've been streaming for 43 years. Yes, definitely. Hey, Marvel 2 music, yeah. Get long beaned. Ah, yes, of course. So the general idea being 44 character base roster, 8 characters for the first season of DLC, 6 for the second season, and 4 for the third season. Just to, like, account for those diminishing returns and probably the budget getting smaller and smaller as Capcom moves on to work on other projects and allocate other resources. You know, like how a fucking company works. But, you're a diminishing return. I disagree. I'm an appreciating return. I actually appreciate over time. Alright, so Marvel 4. We're making Marvel 4. The idea for Marvel 4 being... I appreciate you too, Nilla. The idea for Marvel 4 being... We want to make a legitimately successful game with a proper budget. And we want to make sure that this game is successful so that we can have a continuing long-term relationship with our business partners at Marvel, who now make more money than God and have more brand recognition than fucking Jesus. So, as a Capcom executive, it is our job to make sure that we don't piss off Marvel. And as a Marvel executive, it is our job to make sure that we can have a continuing relationship with Capcom so that the quality of their products continues our brand empire. I know way too much about business. I hate that. Imagine what I could do if I actually like went in on like building a brand around this channel, but I don't want that. I have learned very early on that is the way to hating what you do. Oh shit, yeah, I remember this music. Which one are you? Zangief. There we go, from X-Men vs. Street Fighter. Okay. So there was a lot of hypothetical stuff that I wrote in here. And I'm gonna close this. I don't think this is necessary right now. Alright. Let's just keep, oh, that is a appealing picture of Zangief, okay. Okay. So, we've waited long enough. Let's make a tier list. Marvel. Hang on, Marvel roster. Capcom roster. Let's make it blue. Because, you know, I'm not insane. And how about... Season 1. Season 2. And Season 3. Okay. These are our hypothetical. Here, let's pick some different colors. Like I'm sorry, I need to make y'all like a little more distinct. Like this is like my eyes are glazing over looking at this. Like I'm tearing up. All right. Okay. No, the conceit. Okay, so hello Skylock. First of all, welcome. Second of all, the conceit of this stream is that we are a producer / executive, either for Capcom or for Marvel, and we are interested in not just making Marvel vs. Capcom 4, but treating it like a tentpole project and making sure that we make a genuinely successful game that accounts for everything we want to promote and brand and whatever, and also that we can keep a good business relationship with both Marvel and Capcom. Like, as a Marvel executive, you want to keep a good business relationship with Capcom because they make more money than fucking God. Please do not piss off Capcom. Why did the song just kind of skip it? Whatever, I don't care. Okay, like, why did I want to take you for a ride last like 2 seconds? Why is this song 23 seconds long? Oh my God. Okay. Alright, okay. So, as a Capcom executive, it is our job to make sure that Marvel is happy.
It's no use!
As a Marvel executive, it is our job to make sure that Capcom has the tools they need to make a successful game and, of course, you know, elevate our brand. Short ride, yeah. I want to take you for a short-ass ride, apparently. Okay, so... Marvel pissed off Capcom, that's why we got Infinite. Oh, I could go on about that forever. But anyway. Okay, Marvel roster, 22. Capcom roster, 22. 44 characters total. Season 1, 10 characters. Season 2, 8 characters. And Season 3... No, wait, not 10 characters. 864. That is my goal. 864. Let me put in a, you know, comma there so I can actually fucking tell. What the hell? Season 3, 4 characters. There we go. Okay. Alright. So, okay, here's what I'm going to start with. First, we have to start with the characters that have to be there. The characters that, if these characters are not in the game, it's just going to feel inherently wrong. You know what I mean? Which, of course, means I need to put fucking Ryu in there. Hang on a second. Where are you, Ryu? Where are you, Ryu? Where are you, Ryu Street Fighter? There you are. I am doing this under protest, but unfortunately it makes sense. Although, if I had my way, if I had my way, and also, if we want to have this make sense, I legitimately think that if we have Ryu in a hypothetical Marvel vs. Capcom 4, that he should look like he does in Street Fighter 6. Like traveling hobo warrior Ryu. Which I think was supposed to be in Street Fighter 5, but they backed out of it because they're fucking cowards. And then they brought it back for 6 and everyone fucking loved it. So, like... Yeah, you know what? Yeah. It should just be Street Fighter 6 Ryu. Like, he can still play exactly the fucking same because he's Ryu. I think he plays exactly the same in every goddamn fucking Street Fighter game. But you know what? If you need like an excuse for Capcom, you can just tell them, no, like we need to be consistent with our brand marketing for Street Fighter 6. And we want to make sure that we move more copies of Street Fighter 6. And therefore, we need to make sure to promote Street Fighter 6 and our other products. Like, who's gonna play Street Fighter Alpha? Or Street Fighter 4? I think in Marvel 3 and on, it's his model from Street Fighter 4. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. On the Marvel roster, I mean, this seems kind of obvious, actually. Hello? What the hell? Wolverine, where did you go? Wolverine, where did you go? Oh, god damn it, he's fucking mixed in here now. Oh, god damn it. Alright, hang on. God damn it, where the fuck are you, Wolverine? Wolverine! Wolverine, we just started! There you are, alright. I gotta do this slowly. Hang on a second. Alright, there we go. Jesus fucking Christ, Wolverine. Okay. I'm trying to remember, like, what are the characters that if they're not in the game, it's weird. Oh yeah, Morrigan has to be in there, obviously. Morrigan, where are you? No, not Morbius. That can be our DLC pick. No, that's not happening. Alright. Morrigan, alright. I mean, Iron Man and Captain America have to be there, right? They're pretty much the face of Marvel right now. And for the last 10 years, and for the last 15 years, and however goddamn long it's been at this point. Where are you, Iron Money? There you are. Hang on, I have to scroll up slowly. No, not DLC. No one's paying money for you, Iron Man. You pay money for people to play you. Where's Captain America? We are not morbing on launch day. I guess he's probably under Steve, isn't he? Are you under Steve Rogers? Where are you? Or did I just not fucking see you? Like, what? I think I just didn't fucking see him. Hang on a second. Am I fucking blind? There you are. Alright. Do I need glasses? Alright. Okay, Wolverine, Iron Man, Captain America. Alright. How about the Capcom side? Who would be weird to not have on the Capcom? You know what? Marvel vs. Capcom 3 roster, come here. I need a visual. Like, god damn it, can I just get, like, the normal wiki? Thank you. Alright. Like, I need visual. I need visual. You know what? There's just too many. There's just too much shit. Alright. Chun-Li. Would you believe I actually would be okay with Chun-Li not being in the game? But it's true, it would be weird if Chun-Li wasn't in it. Like, Street Fighter makes the money. Although I stand by my statement that any Street Fighter characters need to have their Street Fighter 6 appearance. Yeah, they gotta put you next to Ryu. There you go. Also, I will say, so Marvel 3, and I think Ultimate also, did this thing where, like, most of the characters kind of got paired off, like a Capcom character versus a Marvel character, and I really liked that idea. Like, I really specifically like that idea. And I think that's something that, like, can be brought back here. I just don't think that, like, I'll match them up later. Except probably Ryu and Wolverine. That one's probably not changing. I think in Marvel 3 it was also Morgan versus Iron Man. I don't remember who Captain America was fighting in the trailers. Who was Captain America fighting in the trailers? I don't remember. I legitimately don't remember. Like, I know they had Chris fighting the Hulk. Which is stupid. The Hulk would fucking obliterate him. But anyway. Alright. Let's get the they definitely need to be here picks out of the way first. There are just so many goddamn characters. Oh my god. Honestly, like, personally, I think that Ryu versus Cyclops gelled really well. You know, we'll get to that. We'll get to that, actually. We'll get to that. Captain America was fighting Mega Man. No, he fucking wasn't. Mega Man wasn't in Marvel 3. Stop hurting me. Oh, Dante needs to be... Yeah, Dante is definitely, like... Dante has very quickly warmed himself into, like... Marvel vs. Capcom Legacy. Yeah, obviously. Like, damn. Okay. Although, honestly, they're probably not going to make Dante look like Devil May Cry 5 because they're cowards, but I feel like they could. But honestly, the Devil May Cry 3 version of Dante is just so... fucking popular. Like, if it was up to me, I think you should look like Devil May Cry 4. But it's not up to me, and also Devil May Cry 4 was just not as popular as Devil May Cry 3 was. I don't know if Devil May Cry 5 is as popular, but, I mean, it is newer. It is a product that is still selling. I don't know to what extent. Like, when did... May Cry 5 release date? Oh, wow. 5 years ago. Holy shit. Damn, I can't believe this is 5 years. Jesus Christ. Okay. Really, 5 years. Okay. Listen, it's up to me, but it also has to make business sense. That's the thing. Like, this is a thought exercise. It's not just what I want. I have to be able to justify it so it makes business sense. You know what I mean? If I can't justify it so it makes business sense, then no. So, like, that's why I'm starting with, like, the easy ones. Then the ones that it's just like, they have to be in the game. It would be weird if they weren't. Would you bring back the standalone characters? Long, Sun, and Ruby Heart. I don't think I would, but that's legitimately because Amingo beats them all. But anyway. Alright, we're Amingo DLC. I'm not doing that. You know what? Hang on, I'm making a new category. How do I make a new category? Add a row below. If there was any justice in the world, Amingo would be in. There we go. There we go. This is the this is the black. This is the gray category. Which, by the way, this doesn't mean they won't be in the game. This just means I really fucking want them. If there's any justice in the world. Like, I can't justify this just yet. I can't justify this just yet, but you know, this is if there was any justice in the world, Amingo would get in. Alright, okay. Ryu, Morrigan, Chun-Li, Dante. What other characters? Who would be weird to not be in the you know what? I literally just... Capcom 3 roster. Okay. I feel like there needs to be like at least like 5 or 6 characters on each side that are just like the staple. But I'm blanking really hard right now on what those characters are. Oh shit, Mega Man X. Hell yeah, alright. I'll get back to you, Mega Man X. Okay. I'm looking. Morrigan, Nemesis, Phoenix Wright, Firebrand, Felicia, Dante, Sea Viper, Chun-Li, Matarasu. Okay. Okay. Alright, so this is base fucking roster, okay? Like, these characters need to be in the game for it to be a game. And believe it or not, it would actually be really weird if Strider wasn't in the game. Like, it would be immensely weird if Strider wasn't in the game. Like, Strider wasn't in the original release of Marvel 3, and it was weird. It was really weird. Hang on, you're getting a little ahead of yourself. Like, listen, I think we can justify some of these, but the game can exist with or without them. That's the thing. Marvel 3 existed without a single Mega Man, to an upsetting degree, to be honest. That was also weird. Actually, you know what? The fact that Mega Man wasn't in there was really fucking weird. So here's what I'm gonna do. I actually do think that a Mega Man... Yeah, actually, yeah. So, Marvel 3 did not have a Mega Man. It had Zero. And it did not have... Strider. Strider eventually came back. Mega Man didn't. I mean, they gave Zero Mega Man skin, but that's not the same. But it was weird. It was really weird that there wasn't a Mega Man. So I do think that there actually needs to be a Mega Man. But also, I'm a bitch. So I'm picking X. Why do you have to be all the way at the bottom, X? Alright, and where's Strider? Like, Strider does actually need it. Like, honestly, legitimately, at this point, like, Strider is a fucking Marvel vs. Capcom character. He's been in more Marvel vs. Capcom games than he's been in his own fucking game. The tier maker's interface is fucking iffy. It really is. Capcom XX would not pick X. They pick EXE because that's the one they're pushing right now. Okay, actually, that's the thing. Because in Infinite, they picked X. Which I was happy about it, but I found it a weird choice. But it made sense because Infinite leaned into the plot elements of Mega Man X. Like, Zero is immensely fucking popular in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Like, immensely. Like, Zero is so popular, it would almost be weird if he wasn't in the game. The moment they added Zero in Tatsunoko vs. Capcom, he took off. They brought him into Marvel 3, and he basically became Robot Akuma. And he's been in Ultimate, he's been in Infinite, and Zero was kind of a Trojan horse to bring more Mega Man X elements. And honestly, the weird part is, Mega Man X being in Infinite was, like, the hypest part of Infinite. Like, you could look online at everyone's reactions. Everyone lost their fucking minds at X. Everyone. I don't even think, I even think that the idea of, like, a story-driven Marvel vs. Capcom game isn't that bad. It's just that Infinite did it fucking terribly and didn't actually commit a budget to it, so it looked terrible, and it was disjointed as fuck. But, like, Zero was kind of like a Trojan horse for more Mega Man X elements to be put in. And, like, Mega Man and like Marvel 3 proved that it was really weird to not have a Mega Man of any kind. Although I do agree that EXE is actually the new hotness, which is why Mega Man EXE would actually be really good DLC. Because y'all will pay money for that, won't you? Y'all will pay money for that fucking Battle Network, won't you? Y'all would pay money for that, wouldn't you? Let's put you in the if there was any justice in the world category. That's like that's like my waiting area. Hang on, let's just do another one. Hang on. Add a row below. No, actually that should have been above. There. Waiting area. There we go. Oh, and while I'm at it, hang on a second. Where are we? There we go. Alright. If there was any justice in the world, Mega Man Volume... In fact, you go in front of Amingo. If there was any justice in the world, let's just get that out of the way. You all know what I fucking want. He's not going in the roster, but you all know that if I had the fucking power, I would find a way to justify that shit. But it does not make any business sense right now. It really doesn't, so I'm not gonna. Alright. So Mega Man EXE right now is in the waiting area. Because, you're right, Kyo, Capcom is trying to push Mega Man EXE. Or not so much they're trying to push it, so much as the Mega Man Battle Network collection actually is the best-selling Mega Man game to date. Because everyone and their mother fucking wanted a Battle Network collection, which is pretty much exactly how you tell Capcom we want more of this. Which you're not going to get, because Battle Network is a finished series. But that's pretty much how you tell Capcom, hey, that's DLC people would pay money for, right? Yeah? Yeah. Alright. Anyway, if there was any justice in the world, ball nut. But there is no justice in the world. So this row right here, this last row, you know, I just realized y'all can't see the fucking mouse. Hang on a second, I'm changing that. Why are you not even capturing the mouse? Capture cursor, come on. Alright. Yeah, this row right here, this is the, they're not making it into the fucking game, but if there was any justice in the world, they would be in a game. Okay. Ryu, Morrigan, Chun-Li, Dante, where the fuck was Strider? Hang on a second. God damn it, didn't I pull Strider up? Where are you, Strider? There you are. And we are once again... No, not this again! I literally, like, your interface is the worst thing in the world and I hate you. Alright, we're doing it the bad way. Like, we're doing it the wrong way. There we go. Just scroll, drag, scroll, drag. There we go. Alright. Okay. These 6 Capcom characters. There would be no Marvel vs. Capcom without them. There would be no Marvel vs. Capcom without them. That's how we're viewing this from a business standpoint. Like, this is the core cast. Now, this is not necessarily the gang. This is not necessarily like the ones that put butts in the seats. This is not the ones that make the money. That's going to be something that we have to check later. But like, there's obviously going to be some franchises that Capcom is going to want to promote, and there's going to be some projects that, you know, they're going to want to gauge interest, and that's the kind of things that would go into making decisions for this kind of thing. Not to mention how much work it would take to make new characters. Like, a lot of these characters have been in past Marvel games, or at the very least, all of these have been in Marvel 3 and Marvel Infinite. So the amount of work that would be needed to make them work for a new game, which, for the sake of ease of convenience, I'm actually going to be assuming that that Marvel 4 would run on Unreal, which is the same engine that Infinite ran on. So for the most part, all of these characters were in Infinite, so they would need less development time to fix them, because most of the issue with Infinite was really the art style. It was not necessarily that the game was broken. The game was actually immensely solid and like really fun to play, but it just looked fucking awful. Oh yeah, Spider-Man is core. Holy shit. Yeah, holy shit, Spider-Man. God damn, I'm stupid. Holy shit. Where are you, Spider-Man? Come here. Spider-Man is core. Holy shit. Yeah, I'm fucking stupid. Alright. Alright, I am once again consulting the Marvel 3 roster. I'm gonna be real with you. Marvel keeps trying to make Hawkeye cool. I don't think Marvel can make Hawkeye cool, but you do you. I'm thinking about the roster. What did Marvel 1 have? What was the roster for Marvel 1? I have it open in a different window because looking at a blindingly white wiki page does not exactly, you know... It ain't exactly the best thing in the world. Alright. Captain America, Gambit, Gold War Machine... Shut up with that. Hulk. Hulk! Come on, Lewis! Hulk! Hulk isn't as popular as Thor or Deadpool currently. I disagree with that, actually. I mean, I don't think he's as popular as Deadpool is currently, but I honestly think that Thor's popularity has dropped off immensely. Like, Thor Ragnarok did really good at revitalizing Thor, but Thor Love and Thunder, like, exacerbated a lot of the issues that Thor Ragnarok had. But yeah, Hulk has been in literally all of them. It would be weird if Hulk wasn't in there. Thor hasn't. Thor has not been in all of them. Although Thor was an assist in Marvel 1, but I don't think he was in Marvel 2, like, at all. No, he wasn't. Yeah, he was not in Marvel 2. Magneto. Was Wolverine in Infinite? Was Wolverine in Infinite at all? Like, did Infinite have 0 X-Men, including Wolverine? Holy shit, hang on, I gotta check this out. Infinite roster. Holy shit. He wasn't. Okay. Okay, alright, let's think about this. Let me look at Marvel 3 again. Like, Magneto makes a strong point, honestly. Because Magneto, like, I don't think he was in Marvel 1, but... Yeah, he wasn't in Marvel 1. Venom was there, but Venom wasn't in Marvel 3. But he was in 4. Oh, come on. War Machine's not making it in. I'm sorry, War Machine, but you're not making it in. And Magneto was obviously not an Infinite. Oh, God. See, Magneto is weird. Deadpool versus Dante was good, but I don't think Deadpool makes main roster. Which is weird, I know. But I don't think he makes main roster. I do, however, think that Deadpool is popular enough and recent enough that people would pay for him for DLC. But I think he should go in the waiting area. Because I don't exactly know where I would fit him for DLC. Like, is he early DLC? Is he late DLC? Like, how's that gonna work? I'm not sure yet. So, waiting area for now. Deadpool was not an Infinite, dude. Deadpool wasn't an Infinite. Deadpool was only in Marvel 3. I mean, I'm not counting Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 as a separate game, obviously. Like, not for the purposes of this. It's really just Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Deluxe. My brain realized Top 3 and Ultimate is the same fucking game, dude! It's just more characters! I am, however, putting him in the waiting area, because especially with Deadpool and Wolverine, and, like, you know, like, you can complain about the quality or the story or the traits of Deadpool and Wolverine all you want. And, you know, a lot of these complaints and criticisms are legitimately valid. But the point stands that Deadpool and Wolverine is #1 at the box office for 2 weeks in a row, and it's making a lot of fucking money. And money talks. And what the money is saying is, people would pay money for Deadpool! If you make him DLC, people will spend more money! And that's what an executive would hear. That is the fucking honey an executive loves to hear. Dormammu was not in 2. What the fuck are you talking about? Did he make it into Infinite, actually? Let's check. Oh, he did make it into Infinite. Damn, I don't even remember you, dude! Okay. I have, like, no memory of this. Holy shit. Like, there is so little I remember about Infinite. Alright. I actually, you know, the more I think about it, like legitimately, the more I think about it, the weirder it is if Magneto wasn't there. Like, yeah, okay, alright, Chris, you sold me. The more I think about it, the weirder it is if Magneto wasn't base roster. Like, okay. I'm going to spoil a little something right now. Okay? The Marvel side is going to lean a little into X-Men. A little too much into X-Men. And the reason I say that is because X-Men 97 was the shit. Like, a lot of people liked X-Men 97, and they should. It was actually, like, legitimately good. It looked really good. It continued plot lines from the original show. It, like... One of the episodes was Emmy nominated. Which is wild to me. But, you know, awesome. So, I think it would be ridiculously stupid if, as a Capcom and Marvel executive, Marrow, oh yeah, no, that shit was weird. I don't think anyone fucking knew who Marrow was. But yeah, like as a Capcom and or Marvel executive, it would be weird for you to not take advantage of the fact that you have successfully revitalized the 90s X-Men cartoon to critical acclaim, and not take advantage of the fact that the Marvel vs. Capcom legacy is baked in that same cartoon. Because remember, the Marvel vs. Capcom started because Capcom made X-Men Children of the Atom, based on the 92 cartoon. Like, the legacy of Marvel vs. Capcom is baked into the X-Men cartoon. Like, there is a legitimate case to be made that the Marvel side of the roster is going to be very X-Men heavy. And I'm going to tell you what are the 3 characters in my mind right now, okay? Now, whether they're main roster or not, I don't know. But there are 3 characters I have in my mind right now as far as the X-Men are concerned. First of all, where the fuck are you? Cyclops. Cyclops, you go in the waiting area. And hear me out on this. Where are you? Gambit. Like, I'm gonna get this out of the way, like, now. I'm gonna get this out of the way, like, right now. And... where are you? Rogue. Slowly scrolling my way up here. Alright. Alright. Alright, so here's my thing. I think Cyclops... I think people finally like Cyclops again. I think finally, it's socially acceptable to like Cyclops again. And I, as a Cyclops fan, relish this opportunity. Although, admittedly, Cyclops is a piece of shit. But, you know... But I like certain interpretations of him more than others. I specifically like him in X-Men Evolution. Honestly, I don't think Hawkeye makes it in. I think Hawkeye and Thor have kind of dropped off. Like, I specifically... Like, is Thor even getting another movie? Like... Here's the thing. I actually think Loki is really popular. And I think that Loki has a chance of getting in. But I don't necessarily think that Thor is as popular as Loki is. And it's like, is the Loki show still happening? I'm not really sure. Like, Loki is crazy popular. But actually, like, I don't think Thor makes it in. Like, we're gonna put, like, okay, we're gonna put Loki in the... We're gonna put Loki in the waiting area. It's finished? The show is finished? Really? It's not getting another season? Damn, alright. Where is... Loki, where are you? There you are. Let's put you in the waiting area. You know what? The waiting area at this point is just so I don't have to keep fucking scrolling, honestly. Okay? Like... Also, there's allegedly going to be another Thor film at some point. I mean, good luck with that, Marvel, I guess. Don't know how I feel about that, honestly. But anyway. Okay, alright. Now, I do agree Doctor Doom needs to be in there. Not just because X-Men Legacy... Sorry. Not just because Marvel vs. Capcom Legacy character. Not just because Doctor Doom is popular. Not just because Robert Downey Jr. being Doctor Doom created so much buzz online, but also because, you know, Doctor Doom is the closest we get to a consistent Fantastic Four rep. And, like, yeah, like Doctor Doom is the closest we get to a consistent Fantastic Four. And while I really like the idea of Super Skrull as an all-in-one Fantastic Four character, I kind of think that Secret Invasion turning out to be fucking terrible has killed that idea dead. Like, goddamn. Okay, but I've got a lot of Marvel character. Hang on, we gotta do this in order. Okay, all right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. Cyclops gets in. Doctor Doom, base roster. I like the idea of Super Skrull. It's not necessarily that I think he's like a good character as much as I liked the idea of him. Like, I think having a character that has all 4 powers combined is cool and a good way to put in a Fantastic Four. But I also I'm of the opinion that, like, if you don't have all 4 Fantastic Four, it's weird. If you separate them, it's just kind of strange. I think you could have a fun Dr. Reed and Invisible Woman tag team kind of thing going, but that's... Let's not worry about that right now, because right now, here's the thing. Right now, I want to think about legacy characters. Because at least half the roster has to be returning characters in some capacity. Like, the first 12 characters, like 6 Marvel, 6 Capcom, it's mostly like, the game cannot exist without them. If you had a game with these 12 characters, it would be bare bones as shit, but people would love to play it. I do think that Cyclops gets to be in here because of X-Men 97, basically making him a lot more favorable. Not to mention, like, he was kind of the poster boy for X-Men vs. Street Fighter for a while. And Doctor Doom, obviously. We'll get back to Hagar. I'm not too sure about Hagar, actually. Because, like, Hagar got added as, like, Zangief, people liked Zangief, but there was too much Street Fighter. And Hagar was a good compromise, and a lot of people wanted Hagar because, like, Final Fight is a very neglected franchise. Excuse me, hang on. So I'm like, I don't know. Can you add Hagar? Like, I think the fact that he was in Infinite helps because, again, that's less of a workload. Like, here's the thing. Out of all of these characters so far, the one that would be the hardest to make right now would be Cyclops. Because Cyclops hasn't been in a 3D Marvel game. They would have to make him from scratch. And that's actually, like... I'm gonna put you in the waiting area because of that, actually. Like, okay, here's what I want to do. Right now, I want to focus on characters that have been in 3, Ultimate, or Infinite. Because those characters are easier to port over. Like from a development standpoint, from a utilizing your time effectively standpoint, those characters would be easier to port over into a game. Like, it would have the... If we're assuming that this hypothetical Marvel 4 would have the same engine as Infinite, like Unreal, then we can assume that all the character models and movesets from Infinite would be the easiest to port over. Anything that was in Marvel 3 and Ultimate was made in empty frameworks. Oh, this is not in any particular order, Jen. This is mostly just... Like, the first 6 characters in each row, in the top 2 rows, is mostly... These characters need to be in the game for it to be a Marvel vs. Capcom game. If they're not in it, it's weird. These are the mainstays. Leon is not in 3, or... Captain America's a mainstay, yeah. Like, okay, all of these. Mainstays. All of these. all of these mainstays. So, I honestly think Doctor Doom is a mainstay, and it helps that he was in Marvel 3. But since Marvel 3 was made in empty frameworks, that means it's going to cut into development time. So the idea of Doctor Doom, that's going to be difficult. Having said that, let's look at some more... Let's look at the roster for Infinite. Who was in Infinite that got done dirty? Like, who was in Infinite that we could add in here? Okay. I actually have ideas for Resident Evil. Alright, but, okay, so here's my take. Frank West was an Infinite. And Frank West is, and Dead Rising is getting a fucking deluxe remaster, which is getting a lot of really good press. And Capcom's gone on record talking about how they have plans to bring the Dead Rising franchise back, to, you know, put in more work into Dead Rising. So it would actually make a lot of good business sense to market Dead Rising by putting Frank in the Marvel game. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to be hyped to play as Frank once the deluxe remaster comes out, and they get a feel for Frank. So honestly, yeah, I think I've convinced myself. I think Frank actually makes it in. Like, I legitimately think Frank makes it in. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'll pair characters up as, okay, you know what? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. You know what? Just with these characters we've got right here, let me do 2 more on the Marvel and Capcom side, and then we're gonna start pairing some of them up. I think the remaster would nail Frank's inclusion. Yeah, the deluxe remaster absolutely nails him. He just makes business sense. He would promote a new product, and people who just played Dead Rising would be interested in playing with him in the game. Like, it would promote interest in Marvel 4. So, okay, so let me look through the, okay, I'm going through the list of Marvel Infinite, and I'm gonna tell you right now. Arthur does not make it in. Arthur, Ghost and Goblins Man, does not make it in. Not because he's not necessarily a legacy character, and doesn't really have anything to promote. And even but here's the thing. Arthur fills a weird niche that Capcom likes to do. Because, like, Capcom really likes to put in a handful of characters that have nothing. Absolutely fucking nothing. And their thinking is, if other people that like all their other games play this jam jar kind of game, this crossover game, and then see this weird character they don't know anything about, that will promote interest in a dead property, and that will create an audience for them to then revive the property, which is generally what they were doing with Arthur. Not to mention Strider. Give me Metal Slug. Metal Slug is not Marvel or Capcom. Metal Slug is SNK, dude. Like, they have this, like, weird thing where they like to do that. And I think Arthur was supposed to be that, but it didn't really work. Like, it didn't necessarily work. Well, Marvel vs. Capcom has never had an SNK character. But I see what you're saying. I'm gonna say no, because I want to keep this to Marvel vs. Capcom. Especially for the purposes of, like, if we're pretending we're a Capcom executive and a Marvel executive, then we want to make sure that we keep our business partners happy. And that does not include having another company getting a cut into the profits. So, I think especially Marvel, which is now, you know, run by Disney, is going to be very protective about that. Yeah, Capcom is pushing it. Marvel isn't. And Marvel has the money. That's the thing. The moment you try to include a third company into the mix, it's going to be a huge problem. That's the thing. Either way, Metal Slug is SNK. It's not happening. And if by some freak chance SNK did happen, it would be King of Fighters. And I say this as a Metal Slug 3 fan. I say this as someone who loves Metal Slug 3 with all their heart. I love you, Dharma. I would put Dharma in this game if there was any justice in the world. If there was any fucking justice in the world, I would put Dharma. Anyway. Right, let me look at the list. Arthur does not make it in. Also, Chris Redfield does not make it in. I'm sorry. However, Resident Evil is hot. Resident Evil is a very hot franchise that Capcom wants to promote, especially with their shiny new RE engine that they have been making so many new games with. So, like, I have plans for Resident Evil, but I legitimately do not think that Chris or Jill or Nemesis are making it back. Mostly, like, here's the thing. When they put, oh, and also Spencer. Spencer's not making it back. I say this as the biggest Bionic Commando fan in the world, but Spencer's not making it back. The reason I say this is mostly because when Marvel 3 came out, Nemesis is insanely loved. In Marvel, Nemesis is awful. It's the same reason that, like, Thor doesn't actually get that much love in Marvel. Like Thor and Nemesis are some of, like, the worst characters in Marvel. Not necessarily as far as, like, popularity or style or anything goes. More about, like, their movesets are just inherently not fun to play with. And, like, nerfed as shit. I was gonna say, that's a really weird way to say Wesker, but okay. But like, there's a combination, like, because with Marvel, you also have to account to what people will actually react to, because that's what's gonna get people to buy the game. No, I have ideas for Resident Evil, but we'll get to that. Just know it's not going to be Chris or Jill or Nemesis. And I'm mostly just bringing that up because, like, I'm going through the list for Infinite right now. Like, Marvel 3 was when did Marvel 3 come out? Let me go look at release date again. Marvel 3 release date 2011. Yeah, that lines up. Okay. Okay. So, Marvel 3 came out in 2011. You know what came out 2 years before Marvel 3? Resident Evil 5 and Bionic Commando. Like, specifically, the really shitty version of Bionic Commando, where they decided to make, you know, Spencer look like that. With the crappiest ass plot ever. Have you played Bionic Commando 2009? It's not great. I love Bionic Commando. I'm such a huge Bionic Commando fan, and it pisses me off that Bionic Commando 2009 be like that. If you... Really? Really? Spencer's theme? Right now? Honestly? YouTube? Fuck you. Okay. Anyway. Play Bionic Commando Rearmed. I legitimately think that if we had any Spencer in Bionic Commando... Hang on. Marvel 3 Spencer skin. Where are you? I legitimately think this should have been his default skin. I legitimately think this should have been his default skin. This should have been Spencer's default skin. This is way more iconic. This looks really clean. This is really discernible from a distance. Like, green jacket, orange hair, sunglasses, tan pants, metal arm. Really distinct. This should have been his default fucking appearance. But no. Now we are tainted with motherfucking Bionic Commando 2009. A game that Capcom tried to promote in Marvel vs. Capcom 3 2 years later and failed because it was fucking horrible. You know what else came out in 2009? Resident Evil 5. A game with Chris, Jill, and Wesker. So if you're wondering why Chris, Jill, and Wesker are in Marvel 3, it's for the same goddamn reason that Spencer was in Marvel 3, to promote the new hotness. And I'm keeping that in mind for later picks. But just know Spencer does not make it in. Alright, I'm going through this list. No more distractions. Hang on a second. Alright. You know what, actually? Hang on. You know who makes it in? You know who deserved to be base roster? Like, legitimately? Like, no joke? This is one of Capcom's tentpole franchises. It has literally become one of Capcom's biggest moneymakers. And it barely gets crossover representation. And the one time it did, they make him a fucking DLC character. Monster Hunter makes it in. I'm not even a Monster Hunter fan, and that makes sense to me. Like, I don't even like Monster Hunter, but this makes sense to me. Like, come on! Excuse me, damn. I need to stop yelling, holy shit. I never liked Monster Hunter as a playable character. It feels weird only because there's so many weapons and it never gets represented well. Wait, did you actually, like, play Monster Hunter in Infinite? Because, like, she was DLC. Like, she cost money. If anything, add a monster? No. It has to be Monster Hunter. The reason why I'm going with Monster Hunter is mostly because she was in Infinite, and therefore, that's a model and moveset that you can port over and requires minimal work. But also, represents a franchise that Capcom... that very clearly makes Capcom money. Like, Monster Hunter makes money now. Like, ever since Monster Hunter World, like, Capcom cracked the code on Monster Hunter in the West. Yeah, like, Monster Hunter World cracked the code with the Western audience. I don't know what the hell it was, but, like, Monster Hunter is popular now. It makes Capcom money. Like, if we're going for, like, Marvel 4 made, like, coming out in the next few years, it would be weird if there was no Monster Hunter. It would be weird. Well, I'm at it. What other characters are in here? Jeddah, I like you, and you would probably be easy, but I... This roster's looking very good, guys, actually. Yeah, alright, Jeddah. Alright. You make it in because we need more villains. People really like Jeddah. People really like Jeddah, actually. Holy shit. Yeah, alright. See, here's the thing. I don't care about Monster Hunter. I played the demo for Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate on the 3DS, and I hated it. I actually did not have fun with it. Now, if you like Monster Hunter, that's not a big, like, you know, you like what you like. I could not get into it for the life of me. Now, I hear that World is better. I definitely hear that Rise was really good. And I think I have both of them on Steam. I just never actually booted them up. But it cannot be denied that Monster Hunter is a tentpole franchise for Capcom now. Like, they make money for Capcom now. It's a good business decision to put a Monster Hunter rep in there. Actually, Tron Bomb... I'll get back to you on that, Jen. I'll get back to you on that. Okay, what was I gonna... Shit, what was I doing? Yeah, Jeddah. Where are you, Jeddah? There you go. Damn. Man, if I put you on full screen mode, can I do the scroll? This is fucking stupid. Those you. Where's full screen mode? Like, how do I full screen? Full screen. Where the hell are you? There you are. They're like, will you scroll better if I do this? Like, oh damn. All right. Oh, this works. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. All right. How about on the Marvel side? Yeah, this is way better. Holy shit. All right. All right. I'm looking at the. Okay. If we want more villain rep, Thanos needs to make it in there. Thanos is more popular than fucking God. Like, as far as a lot of people are concerned, Thanos was, like, quote, the last good villain in the MCU. Ain't no way in God's green earth that MODOK makes it in. I agree. I mean, I think Thanos is okay, but Thanos is still immensely popular in the MCU. Like the MCU, like Thanos in the MCU is viewed as like the last good villain. Now, personally, I think Marvel, the MCU specifically, has a villain problem where they are all fucking lame and never properly explain their motivations and just kind of fucking suck in general. And by that metric, yeah, I guess Thanos is the last good villain. Either way, because of Thanos' popularity, they did put him in Infinite. And it would be... And they did completely rework his moveset, by the way, because, remember, Thanos was in Marvel vs. Capcom 2! Which is crazy to me, honestly. The last good villain was Doctor Doom. Where the hell was Doctor Doom in the MCU, dude? That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the MCU specifically. Anyway, Thanos. I'm gonna fucking be streaming forever. Hang on a second. Thanos, there you are. God damn it. Do not click in. Alright, there we go. I legitimately don't think... I don't think Ultron makes it in. I don't think Ultron makes it in. Like, I'm looking at him, I'm thinking about it, I don't think Ultron makes it in. Yeah, no. Like, Ultron conceptually is cool, and the idea of him combining with Sigma in Infinite was actually one of the sickest fucking villain ideas in a Marvel vs. Capcom game, and it will forever be my greatest pain that that idea is now forever tainted because it was an Infinite. Like, between Age of Ultron kind of being a slight dud, slight, very slight, like, the like, popular perception of Joss Whedon and the fact that Infinite kind of failed Ultron, like, I don't think Ultron's making it in. We need Dormammu for the memes alone. Dormammu was in the first Doctor Strange movie. I don't think he makes it in. So I don't think Dormammu really had that much of a lasting presence. Having said that, though, Doctor Strange definitely makes it in, like... Actually, wait a second. Hear me out. Hear me out. Doctor Strange does not make it in. But I have a consolation prize for you. And I'll get to that in a second, okay? Alright, hear me out. Okay. You know what? I will actually give you Dormammu. Because you're right. Dormammu is actually way more competitive. Dormammu is actually, like, way more fun to play and way more competitive than, like, Nemesis and Thor were in Marvel 3 and Ultimate and Infinite. Like, Dormammu had a good moveset, and it was his popularity in Marvel 3. Well, okay, I don't know if it was his popularity in Marvel 3, but the fact that he was popular in Marvel 3 was a contributing factor to him having a more elevated role in a Doctor Strange movie. Like, think about it. Like, Dormammu was in Doctor Strange 1, and Shuma Gorath was in Doctor Strange 2. Like, it's weird that the villains they pick are villains that have been in Marvel games. There's a correlation there. Maybe not causation, but there's a correlation. So, actually, because I'm cutting Doctor Strange, I'll give you Dormammu. I'll give you Dormammu. Because I think the strength of his competitive nature and the fact that I'm cutting Doctor Strange because, let's be real, Multiverse of Madness kind of underperformed. I will give you Dormammu. I will give you Dormammu. You sold me. You won me over. Where are you, Dormammu? There you are. Dormammu is the villain from the Doctor Strange movie, and he was actually base roster in Marvel 3. He actually was. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, one more on each side, and then I'm going to get into the good shit, the new shit. Because right now, I'm making decisions based on what would take the least amount of dev time. Because a lot of these, again, can be ported over from Marvel 3 or from Ultimate Marvel 3 and from Infinite, which would cut down a lot on the amount of work you would need to do. Oh, damn, I'm fucking stupid. Hang on a second. No, you deserve this. Hang on. Bro, Black Panther. Black Panther makes base roster. Black Panther makes base roster. Nuh-uh. Black Panther makes base roster. I'm fucking stupid, yeah. Black Panther makes base roster. Like, damn, like, I'm fucking stupid. Like, come on. Oh, God, okay. You know what? You know who else needs to be in there? Hang on a second. Hang on. Bro, if X is gonna be in the game, Zero has to be in the game. Like, X gets carried, like, X is there as the, like, as the Mega Man rep, and also because he got done dirty in Infinite, let's be real. He got done dirty in Infinite, but he was the hypest part of Infinite. But, like, Zero, Zero specifically, like, Zero was fucking, like, Zero was in Tatsunoko vs. Capcom, everyone loved him. Zero was top tier in Marvel 3, everyone loved him. Zero was in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, everyone loved him. Like, Zero is fucking competitive. He is high execution, and that means the sweats really like playing Zero. What if a character from Dragon's Dogma... You know, that actually makes sense because Dragon's Dogma 2 is doing so well, but I don't actually know enough about Dragon's Dogma to be able to tell you that. Alright, I'm gonna give you one more for the sake of convenience as far as, like, actually two. Like, here's the thing. There's a lot of characters in the Infinite roster that would have been great to play as if they were in a better game. And I think that if you're using the same engine as Infinite, then it would be easy to just port them over. So here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I'm going to do. Hang on. First of all, okay. All right. Okay, hang on. Sigma makes it in. Sigma makes it the fuck in. I have ideas. You know who else makes it in? Who on the Marvel side? Come on. Oh yeah, there we go. Where the hell are you? Where the shit are you? Am I blind? Hang on a second. Am I fucking blind? Where the fuck is Winter Soldier? There you are, damn! Alright. Okay. Okay. Now, what? Why did you stop? Yes, I'm still watching YouTube! Fuck, man! Nova doesn't make it in because, yeah, Nova kind of went the same way as Ultron. He's just... Lewis, where's Hubbin? Well, hang on. I have ideas. Hang on, I have ideas. He's not on the list yet. They only have one Hubbin. Come on, guys. How do you keep forgetting this? See, here's the thing. The characters we've picked so far are characters that are legacy or characters that have been in Marvel 3 or Infinite, because if we're doing Marvel vs. Capcom 4, it's going to be on Unreal Engine, the same engine as Infinite. So it would be the easiest to port Infinite characters over and work on them a little more so they look better. Whereas in Marvel 3, it was a different engine, it was Empty Frameworks. So it would be a little more difficult, but it would still cut down on a lot of work, because you wouldn't have to make a model from scratch, like if you ported a character from 2 or 1. So a lot of the choices so far have been choices that people would want to see that would require the least amount of dev time and allows us to just pretty it up. Sigma was an Infinite. He was DLC, but he was an Infinite. People loved the Sigma was like really hype in Infinite. There were a lot of people that bought that DLC just for Sigma. Wesker is daddy, Chris. Come on! Alright, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Is there anyone that I... Okay, I do see some other character picks. I don't know if... I don't... Here's the thing, I like Gamora conceptually, but I don't think Gamora really carries Guardians of the Galaxy that much. Which is kind of a shame, because Gamora's cool as shit. But I don't think that she really carries. Same with Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel kind of dropped off. Especially, like, I feel like if the Marvels had done well, Captain Marvel or Miss Marvel would be a good contender. But it didn't. Honestly, the easiest thing would be Rocket Raccoon. Because he's been in 3, he's been in Ultimate, he's been in Infinite. And I'm pretty sure they worked Groot into Rocket Raccoon, so I'm putting Rocket Raccoon in there and just assume that Groot is with him. But Rocket Raccoon is the main playable character. Because he's a lot more diverse. He has a lot of gunplay. Rocket, where are you? Rocket? Where's this goddamn fucking raccoon? Oh, hey, Rocket and Groot are actually put into one! Oh, fuck yeah! You did the work for me! Let's go, baby! Alright, how about on Capcom's side? Okay, anyone else that jumps out at me? Okay, here's the thing. I think a grappler is needed. And I think because of that, Hager makes it in. Like, you need a grappler. Like, there's a lot of range here. You need a grappler. Hang on. I don't think Tronbon. Never mind. Actually, I legitimately think that Tronbon would be good DLC because people would pay money for Legends. And if people wouldn't pay money for Legends, then that would be a good litmus test to find out just how people feel about spending money on Legends. Which, you know, I think Capcom sorely needs that now. Anyway. Where are you? Mike Hager. Okay. Miguel Hagar, where are you? Miguel? Michael? Hang on, are you just under Hagar? Like... Where the fuck is Mike Hager, actually? I'm blind. I'm fucking blind. Where are you? Am I fucking blind? Where the shit is Hager? Did I put you up here already? Like, where... Hager? Oh god, I hope I didn't drag Hager somewhere. If I did, it's fucking Jover, gang. Oh my god. Hager. Hager! There you are, found him. Alright, he's here. I got him. We're good. Okay, alright. So we currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have 12 on each side. Which means we have 10 slots on each side for some fun shit. So a little over half of the characters at this point are legacy characters. They're characters that were in past games in one way or another. Now the first 6 on each side are the mainstays. This would not be a Marvel vs. Capcom game if these characters were not in the fucking game. So Wolverine, Iron Man, Captain America, Spider-Man, Hulk, Magneto on the Marvel side. And then Ryu, Morrigan, Chun-Li, Dante, X, and Strider. Like, those 12 are the core. Those are the core cast. Like, this would not be a Marvel vs. Capcom game without those characters. Now, after that is we're getting into some of the characters that have been in past games that we might want to promote, but that would take the least amount of effort. Because remember, we're Capcom. We're Capcom here. If Capcom can play it smart and cut corners in smart ways, then that gives you a lot more room to work on new shit. kind of like the echoes in Smash. Like, I'm not saying just port the fucking characters over and then don't touch them up. Marvel Infinite. No, like, if you're porting these characters over, you're gonna have to touch them up. You're gonna have to... There's varying levels of work that you're gonna have to do. Like, the Infinite characters, like, the art style for this game cannot be like Infinite. It just cannot. You need a better art style than that shit, my guy. However, the Infinite characters will probably be the easiest to port over if we're making a game in the same engine. The empty frameworks characters are going to be more difficult, which is why I was avoiding Tron. Like, I was avoiding Tron mostly because of that. So, majority of these are from Infinite and got a raw deal. That's where you... Like, that's your Thanos, Dormammu, Black Panther, Winter Soldier, Rocket and Groot. Doctor Doom was in Marvel 3, so he has a 3D model. But because Marvel 3 was an empty frameworks, it's going to take a lot more legwork. It's going to take a lot more legwork to get him working. But Doctor Doom has to be in there. Because Doctor Doom, especially with the news of Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom, like, it just makes business sense. Like, not only is Doctor Doom a legacy character in Marvel, like, Marvel is actively promoting him for a upcoming Fantastic Four project. And they're basing all their marketing around him. It makes good business sense. It works for it works from a Capcom development standpoint, and it works from a Marvel marketing standpoint. It works. On the Capcom side, Frank West was an Infinite, and it would, like, Frank West was an Infinite, least amount of work. Monster Hunter an Infinite, least amount of work. Zero, Sigma, Hager, they were all in Infinite. So that's less work on the devs' part. Zero and Sigma is mostly to be consistent with X. And I also have ideas for the plot of this game, because I like the idea of Infinite, but I don't think Ultron works for it anymore. But I had to get the easy dev time element out of the way. Jeddah is more kind of throwing a bone to Darkstalkers. I mean, I think it helps that Capcom's releasing the fighting collections. Like, we have Fighting Collection 1 and now Fighting Collection 2. And I actually think that that's going to help a lot of our decision-making. Because, like, yo, Fighting Collection 1 is every version of Darkstalkers 2. And, yo, what the fuck? Does it also have Darkstalkers 3? I don't remember. Darkstalkers 3 good, though. Anyway, like, Jeddah was also one of the hypest, like, additions to the Infinite roster. And I actually think that Jeddah would be good to market Capcom Fighting Collection 1. Now, from this point on, from this point forward, with the 10 slots on each side, the 20 slots total, I want to make new characters. Characters that have not been in Marvel before. Or if they have, it was so long ago that they don't have a character model. Make sense? Like, I want to pick either new characters or characters from Marvel 1 and 2 that were only in Marvel 1 and 2. Or, you know, X-Men Children of the Atom or that kind of stuff. But, like, the reason why I'm making that distinction is mostly because the amount of work it would take to create a character from scratch is astronomical. Obviously, it would be easier if the characters had existing movesets to pull from. But obviously, you know, that's something to keep in mind. And so, all the characters we picked up to this point don't require as much dev time. So that would be, like, the economical way to make your roster picks. So it's a very economical way because it saves you on some work, and that frees up more time to make the new characters. So that's how I have it organized right now. You have your core cast, you have your cast that has promo and requires the least amount of dev time. Now we get to the fun shit. Like, we finished the obligations. Now we get to the fun shit. Cyclops makes it in. You can't change my mind. X-Men 97 made him popular. Cyclops stands, rise up. It's finally time. Put fucking Cyclops in the goddamn game again. You don't even have to change what he looks like. He literally was the fucking, like, X-Men vs. Street Fighter is the first MVC game. He is legacy. No, Cyclops is legacy. And you know who else comes back with Cyclops? And this helps because since they've been in past games, they actually have they already have a moveset you can pull from. So from a development standpoint, it at least helps cut down a little on that. Cyclops is great. Okay? I don't want to hear it. Also, honestly, between X-Men 97 and the... No, not Phoenix. Rogue. I don't think Captain... I don't think Captain Marvel makes the cut. Like, I don't think Captain Marvel makes the cut because, again, like, the Captain Marvel movie... Like, the Captain Marvel movie was mostly okay. And, like, Endgame did push her, and, like, it was pretty solid. But I actually think the fact that the Marvels kind of bombed kind of torpedoed it. Not to mention, like, Rogue's moveset in the X-Men vs. Street Fighter games and in Marvel vs. Capcom and in MVC2 is literally Captain Marvel's moveset! Like... Rogue in the X-Men cartoon is like Rogue with the powers of Captain Marvel. Like, she fills the same niche. No. I have ideas for that. Now, Cyclops and Rogues make sense. I actually think Gambit is DLC. I think Deadpool and Gambit would be DLC. I have not decided about Loki yet. I am once again keeping the if there was any justice in the world category, which is not characters that are actually going to be in the game, but, like, you know, if there was any justice in the world, there would be. Amingo stands, rise up. Okay. Now, hang on the Capcom side. Let me go back. No, I don't think I have to worry about... First of all, Firebrand's not making it back in. I'm gonna tell you right now. Firebrand's not making it back in. Arthur's not making it. Honestly, I just think the entire push for Ghosts and Goblins kind of failed, especially with the new Ghosts and Goblins game that came out, and it was kind of meh. Which is a shame. Okay. Close Infinite. We're done with this. Alright. How about Marvel 3? I don't... No. Maybe? Actually... There are some characters from Marvel 3 that I think should go in here. Okay, hear me out. Now, it's from Marvel 3 and not Infinite, which means it's going to require work. But I actually do think that Phoenix Wright gets in. I do think Phoenix Wright gets in. Like, okay, like, I'm not like a huge Like, I'm not, like, a massively huge Phoenix Wright fan, so I actually didn't play the game until I started... Like, I've mostly just been, like, voicing them with Taisa, and they're, like... And they're fun! I do like them. And I do actually find it really creative how about how Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 worked the moveset into him. Like, his moveset is really fucking creative. And I really like the fact that he's such a fish out of water, you know? Like, I really like that he's a fish out of water. Not to mention, between, like, the two Phoenix Wright... Like, the Phoenix Wright trilogies, the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, and the Apollo Justice trilogy, it would be insane to not have Phoenix Wright. Like, it would be absolutely insane. Now, here's the thing. Why is Felicia not up there? I don't think Felicia makes it in. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you had to find out this way. You can't have Morrigan and not her best friend. What are you talking about? Morrigan is in the game. That's her best friend. Also, bro, like, Felicia was not in Infinite. Okay, but you know who was in Marvel 3 that should make it in, actually? You know who was? No. Hold up. I will not be taking any comments on this. Amaterasu makes it in. Amaterasu is coming back, baby. Does she have a project that is being marketed? No. But... No, she does not have a project. But she's just immensely fucking popular. She is super unique. She has an interesting art style, and everyone fucking loves Clover Studios, man. Everyone fucking loves Clover Studio. And the face of Clover Studio is Amaterasu. It's not Beautiful Joe, unfortunately. And as much as I want it to be, it's not Jean. I want it to be Jean, though. Not that Jean. Different Jean. I'm sorry, but, like, in this roster, Felicia does not make it in. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you had to find out this way. No, different Jean. Okay, hang on. Jean. That Jean. Different Jean. Actually, you know what? Hang on a second. Where are you? Alright. If there was any justice in the world... But genuinely, why? She's a good striker. My general idea for the general idea is I want to try and free up this space for new characters. I want to try. It's not... I don't know how well I'll succeed, but I want to try. Like, the thing is that Felicia is a good striker. But she always, like... What about B-Girl? Oh, QB... Ooh. Huh. I'm thinking about that, actually. We'll come back for this. We'll come back to this, okay? We'll come back to this. We'll come back to this. We'll come back to this. Okay. Okay, now as far as... Okay, as far as Marvel 3 is concerned, I'm closing this. I don't... Actually, there is one character from Marvel 3 that needs to be in here. Y'all are gonna hate me for this. Y'all are gonna hate this, but he is Legacy. You all know he's Legacy. You all fucking know he's Legacy. You all know he's Legacy. You all know it. Not to mention he was in Marvel 3. Not to mention, he would play well with Sigma being in the game. Sentinel. It's Sentinel, Jen. Like, I'm going through the Marvel 3 roster because I'm like, okay, like, who do I want to pick from this? Like, I don't want to grab everyone, but I do think, like, there's merit. Oh, man. I'm going to hold off on Storm. Because, like, as much as I want to add her in there, I have ideas for X-Men characters, and I don't want to have too many. Now, as far as... And honestly, every part of me would want to add She-Hulk in there. But, like, she created... Like, the She-Hulk show created such a stink for Marvel for no goddamn fucking reason that I actually think Marvel would actively not want She-Hulk in the game. Like, I think Capcom would want She-Hulk in the game. I think Marvel would veto it. I'm going to grab Storm for potential DLC. I think there's potential there. Where are you, Storm? There you are. It's a damn shame because it's a good show, damn it. Yeah, like, it's not a matter of the quality of the show. It's more of, like, the random fucking culture war that people started over it. Like, that's more the issue. More than anything. Which is like... Alright, let me think about this. Okay, I put Sentinel in there. How about... I really like... I like Trish. But I don't think Trish makes it in. We're kind of X-Men heavy. Yeah, we are. And the problem with that is mostly that, like... X-Men dominated a lot of the early Marvel vs. Capcom because, like, Marvel vs. Capcom was born out of a collaboration with Marvel to make an X-Men cartoon fighting game. So it's very X-Men heavy. And they eventually did strip that back and started adding more Avengers-themed stuff. But now that Marvel has basically revitalized the X-Men cartoon with X-Men 97, it would make more sense to lean into the thing people like that is popular. Because that way you can guarantee people will buy the game for those characters. Like, it makes good business sense. So, let's go, let me see. Yeah, I think I'm done looking at the list from... Let me grab X23 for potential DLC, although I'm not sure if I'm going to commit. That's why they're in the waiting area. I'm not sure yet. Like, it's a waiting area. Nothing's set in stone yet. Alright, I'm closing this. How about Marvel 1? There is literally... I mean, no, I don't think that's gonna work. Okay, I have two wild ideas for potential DLC. Like, I'm dragging them up for potential DLC, but we'll see where it actually goes. First of all, I do think Tron should be DLC. If I don't fucking let go. Alright. Go up there. And I think if there was any justice in this world, Captain Commando would be DLC. We'll get back to you, Captain Commando. Alright, I'm looking at this list. No. Alright. Let me look at the Marvel 2 roster. Where's the normal fucking wiki? Thank you. Alright. Why did I have to scroll down like 7 entries? Alright. I think the amount of work that would go into Captain Commando compared to how much popularity he actually has, like, you would have to justify that. So, like, I have ideas for DLC, but we're not there yet. Like, we're not there yet, so I'm not going for that yet. However, for the I'm still missing someone from the Capcom side. Hang on. I'm looking at this list. You know what? You know what? You said a striker, right? You said a striker, right? You need a striker? Alright. Hear me out. Hear me the fuck out. You know who deserves it? Like, you know who deserves a spot? Because, like, we're in the good shit now. We're making new characters now. And you know who hasn't been in a fucking Marvel game? Jury. You know who people fucking love in Street Fighter? Yuri. Jury. There we go. I have never seen people love a character in Street Fighter the way people love Juri Han. Like, holy shit, people love Juri Han. Alright, let me go through this list some more. Although, on the topic of Juri, I think it would... Oh, man. Capcom is really, like, pushing Street Fighter 6. And in all fairness to Capcom, Street Fighter 6 is good. A lot of people have been enjoying Street Fighter 6. Like, a lot of people have been getting into Street Fighter 6. And it's been a rousing success. Like Street Fighter 6 has been a success. Like, I don't know if it's Street Fighter 4 levels of success, but it definitely, like, Street Fighter 6 was a good recovery from the mess that was Street Fighter 5. The thing is, I don't think the popular characters in 6 are the ones that would get into the game. I think the ones that would get into this game are, like, the face of Street Fighter 6. The character that you look at and you think, hey, he's from the new game. I think you all know where I'm going with this. I'm not happy about it, but I think you all know where I'm going with this. You all know where I'm going with this. I'm not happy about it. I'm doing this under protest, but unfortunately, it makes good business sense. But I'm doing this under protest. It just makes good business sense. It just makes good business sense. I'm sorry. All right. Now on the Marvel side. Oh, it's Luke from Street Fighter 6. Like, as much as Ryu, Chun-Li, and Juri would be, like, good picks on their own, like, Capcom would make the face of Street Fighter 6 into a character here if it pushed sales. Alright, okay. Now, I told you that, I had an idea for you for cutting Doctor Strange, right? I told you that, right? Yeah, he's an easy combo, man. I know. But, like, I did tell you that I had an idea for how we're going to make up for the lack of Doctor Strange, right? Okay. Hear me out. Hear me out on this one. Where are you? Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch specifically because of WandaVision and Multiverse of Madness. Like, even if Multiverse of Madness kind of flopped a bit, like, Wanda was the Scarlet Witch was the strongest element of it. Not to mention she's a magic caster, so she would feel the same niche as Doctor Strange. And she would be a new character, and these rosters are usually way too fucking, like, full of men, to be quite frank. And if I can find a way to put more women in here and it makes fucking sense, I'm gonna take it. Holy shit, that reminds me! Speaking of... Hang on. No, I have to do this. Hang on. Where are you? Blade makes it in. With them doing the new Blade movie and other things that I don't know if I can talk about because it would be spoilers for current things, Blade makes it in. Well, I know they've been trying to push a Blade movie for a few years, and I know that that's a thing that Marvel is going to work on moving forward. Not to mention other spoiler things that I'm not going to bring up on stream that make Blade relevant. No, honestly, I think Blade shouldn't be DLC, specifically because the idea of, like, Blade as main roster, like, would be the hook. Because he would be, like, he would be, like, one of the handful of brand new characters, you know? I think Virgil's theme is playing right now. Is this Virgil's theme? Yeah, this is Virgil's theme. Yeah, like, all the new characters can't just be DLC, because if you do that, then it basically turns into Marvel Infinite. And that's a problem. You need to inject new characters into the game. Like, that's why I was so meticulous with the picks from past games, because I wanted to use that as a way to save on dev time. As far as Capcom is concerned... Actually... On the Capcom side, so you know how I cut Spencer, right? You know how I'm cutting Spencer because, quite frankly, fucking Bionic Commando is a failed franchise at this point? I do think there is one character on the Capcom side that you could give a similar moveset to him. One character that I think could have a lot of the same moves as Spencer, but like with extra flourish because he has another weapon. And it would make sense because it's popular as shit. Anyway, all my alluding is to say that Nero makes it in. I don't make the rules, except I do. Nero makes it in. Nero specifically from Devil May Cry 5 with the robot arm. Like specifically DMC5 Nero, like DMC5 Nero in particular is like more well received than DMC4 Nero. Nero, but no Virgil. Here's the thing, Virgil's fucking DLC, man. People will pay money for Virgil. Virgil is DLC. Like, honestly, a part of me wants to put V as DLC. I'm not really sure. Like, no, Nero wouldn't. Okay, no, I'm putting a stop to this right now. Nero would not be a slightly different Dante because we literally do not have a moveset for Nero. Nero does not exist in a fighting game. We do not have a moveset for Nero. So that is why I am specifically specifying Nero from Devil May Cry 5 with the robot arm would give him the added variety that would differentiate him from Dante. Because you could take a lot of Spencer's moves and give them to Nero in addition to combos with his sword. And I actually think you could focus on him being like a hard hitter because of the revving of his sword. Like you could make him like a really hard hitting character. Where's that posted of DMC4 being good and everyone just being mean? I mean, yeah, like DMC4 is great and everyone's being mean, but that doesn't change the fact that Capcom does not see value in DMC4. Now, Capcom does see value in DMC5. No, I actually think that separating Virgil for the DLC, I don't think V makes it in. I specifically don't think V makes it in because of the, plot of DMC5. I do, however, think that Hubin is DLC. Now, I'll sort out how the DLC itself gets presented and all that later. But, I do think he's in the wings for DLC. And I think that you could actually do a lot to differentiate Nero from Dante, like a lot. Because a lot of Dante's moves are just shit from DMC3. I'm thinking about Nero. I'll think about it as we get closer to the end. I'll think about it as we get closer to the end. Because honestly, I actually think Nero is a stronger pick, and I think you could differentiate him. Like, not to mention because DMC5 is still relatively popular even 5 years later, which is crazy to me. Like, leaning onto DMC5 works. Especially, like, with Dante, like, personally, I would want Dante to look like DMC5 Dante. But I don't know if they will. DMC3 is just really fucking popular. Like, DMC3 is insanely popular. I don't know if they would do that. Well, either way, Nero would represent the most recent Devil May Cry. And I think that, like, helps. Whereas Virgil is not only, like, immensely hot, but it also continues the trend of everyone always having to pay extra to play as Virgil in the fucking... Like, think about this. Think about this for a second. Have you ever, and I mean ever, played a single Devil May Cry game where you didn't have to buy the game again to play as Virgil? Oh no, it's not that V ain't popular. It's that I don't think that the plot of I don't think DMC5 is fresh enough to justify having the entire core cast. Like, that's the thing. Like, I think if there was like another project, maybe like something like a Devil May Cry 6 or something that's currently in development, that would make sense. But even then, like, he didn't come back. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, I'll revisit this later. I will revisit this later because I legitimately don't think that it makes sense to put that much Devil May Cry representation. Yeah, like, I don't... It just doesn't make sense to me. I'm sorry. I see where you're going for, but it just does not make sense to me. I actually think it makes more sense to differentiate Nero and have him be like the face of the new direction of Devil May Cry and keep it at that, because any more resources devoted to that is resources that are not being devoted to projects that Capcom wants to push more, if that makes sense. Looks at X-Men and Mega Man. Oh yeah, alright, you know what? You look at X-Men 97 and tell me that X-Men isn't popular. Yeah, I'll wait. I'll wait. I'll fucking wait. Wait, I know the song. What's this song? Oh, it's fucking Shumagorath, okay. I like that argument more, but I still disagree. Yeah, like, I'll revisit this once we get closer to the end, because I don't think it makes business sense, but maybe once I get to the end of the roster and we still have some more space left, I'll revisit that topic. Oh my god, I forgot completely about Peak of Combat, actually. What the fuck? Having said that, there is a lack of Resident Evil here. Like, a massive lack of Resident Evil here. And I need to fix that right now. So, in my head, as an executive, from a business standpoint, it wouldn't make sense to me to bring back Chris, Jill, and Wesker. Actually, I'm not sure about Wesker. Wesker might come back just on sheer popularity alone. Because, like, Wesker's playstyle was immensely popular. The problem is he is so baked into RE5. Then again, I know they are eventually making RE5. They haven't announced it, but it would make sense at this point. I think if you can lean into the idea of bridging that gap. Okay, here's the thing. Resident Evil at this point is a tentpole franchise. Like Resident Evil is one of the pillars of Capcom. It's just as important as Street Fighter. It's so important they committed resources to creating an entire new engine that they could remake Resident Evil games with, and even put out Street Fighter 6 on that engine. Like, Resident Evil is immensely important to Capcom. And I think because of that, Resident Evil is going to get a lot of work put into it. Having said that, I think the most popular Resident Evils right now are, like, currently 4. It's 4 Remake, without fucking question. Like, without fucking question, Resident Evil 4 Remake is the single most popular Resident Evil and the most current Resident Evil. But even going back a little further, I don't think 3 Remake was as popular, but 2 was very popular. Like, a lot of people wanted to like 3 Remake, but, like, I know there's complaints about 3 Remake. I'm not too sure about it. The 2 is popular. You know what's the common denominator there? Ada and Leon. I think, like... Yeah, actually, the more I think about it... Leon's getting the fuck in. Leon's getting the fuck in. And you know what? You know who else is getting the fuck in? Ada. It's Leon and Ada. It's Leon and Ada time. Like, I think it makes complete sense for Capcom to put Leon in. If they're cutting Chris and Jill, they're putting Leon and Ada. Where the fuck is Claire? I don't know. Where the fuck is Code Veronica, Capcom? Inquiring minds want to fucking know, Capcom. Claire's been forgotten forever. Yeah, I fucking love Claire, but I don't think she... It just does not make sense. I think Chris and Jill are way more popular. Like, really? You think so? Leon just doesn't give me fighting game vibes. Not real. I mean, neither did Chris, and they put him in the fucking game anyway. Like, that's the thing. Like, in general, I was always of the opinion that it was fucking weird to have Resident Evil characters in Marvel vs. Capcom. When they put Jill in Marvel 2, it was fucking weird. When they put Chris in Marvel 3, I'm just like, what the fuck? Why is he fighting the Hulk? Like, Wesker made it work because Wesker a fucking freak. Like, he ain't normal. He punched a boulder. Oh, damn. Well, that's crazy. Jill, after getting the titty beetle, does a lot of hand-to-hand. Yeah, but, like, here's the thing. Like, here's my thought process. Chris and Jill and Wesker in Marvel 3 were originally put in there to market Resident Evil 5, because when Marvel 3 came out, it was 2011. At that point, Resident Evil 5 was only 2 years ago. Like, it was literally 2 years ago. So, like, Chris, Jill, and Wesker were in 3, and, like, they worked as, like, a trifecta. And then they put Nemesis, because Jill was in there, and, like, I like Nemesis, but he was weird in 3. Now, when they did Infinite, Wesker didn't come back. Jill didn't come back. It was only Chris. Spencer also came back for some goddamn fucking reason. It was weird. Because Spencer still looked like Bionic Commando 2009, a game no one fucking played, and the people who did play it fucking hated it. Ethan? No, I am not putting Ethan in the game. Ethan is not, no. Ethan does not carry. But you know who does carry? Hold up. Lady D. The internet did not go nuts the way they did for fucking Lady D. Oh, Lady D carries. Holy shit, she carries. Oh, yeah, no. That makes sense. She's the RE7 rep. That makes... No, RE7. Wait. 8. RE8. Right, we're at 8. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. Oh, yeah, no. Like, Lady is a heavy. Like, Lady is definitely, like, another heavy. And we, honestly, were lacking heavies. It actually makes sense to have a heavy. But honestly, I think with the amount of... With the amount of popularity... Not popularity. Well, yes, kind of. Like, it's a combination of popularity, and it's a combination of the amount of money that goes into Resident Evil, it just makes sense for them to have like a larger roster. Which actually, like, yeah, I think Wesker has enough of a presence in separate ways and in RE4 Remake Mercenaries that they would bring him back. I don't know if they would make him look like Resident Evil 5, but they would definitely keep the same moveset still, somehow. Like, I think these four. I think these four. I think these four is all the Resident Evil in the base roster. But honestly, I think it's really fucking weird that Leon has not been in a fucking Marvel vs. Capcom game, but Chris has been in 2 of them when, like... Ugh, excuse me, hang on, I need water. Oh, God. Okay. Like, okay. These four. These four are the RE reps. There was a character who didn't make it, Beautiful Joe. I'll come back to that because I actually don't... I love Beautiful Joe, but I don't think so. I have a weird idea, though, and I want to run this by you guys. Where are we at right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11... Holy shit, I only have 1 slot left for Capcom! Oh my god. Jesus fucking Christ, that filled up quick. Okay, alright. Here's what I'm doing. Yeah, because you added 4 Resident Evil characters. Have you met Capcom? Alright, here's... Okay. Okay. I have 2 ideas for Capcom characters. 2 ideas. And I want to run this by you guys. Because I actually think both of these are really good ideas. But I also don't know who I would swap out for this. Okay. Now... No, let me run the idea by you first. First of all, hang on a second. No. No. I know who needs to be in. I know who needs to be in. It has been a long time coming, and with today's announcement, it makes fucking sense. You cannot stop me. You cannot stop me. They literally announced it today. They announced Power Stone 1 and 2 with fucking rollback netcode. You cannot stop me. Darkstalkers had 6 characters in MVC2. MVC2 had 56 characters total! That don't mean shit! Also, MVC2 really doesn't count because literally the reason why it had so many characters is because they fucking copy-pasted the models from the older games. Alright. First of all, Power Stone rep. It's happening. It's been long overdue, and with this morning's announcement, it has to happen. Second of all, I had another idea, but I actually don't know how likely it is, and I don't know how to justify it from a business standpoint. People do like the meme, and I actually think that that's a good case to make Chris DLC. And I think Resident Evil specifically can get away with more like, I'm gonna be real. Resident Evil is the Fire Emblem of fucking Marvel vs. Capcom right now. That's how much of a pillar Resident Evil is. Like, it's the fucking Fire Emblem. I don't think, no, actually, I think it makes sense to separate him from Wesker for this, because that way, hear me out, it's a little emotionally manipulative, but, like, from a business standpoint, if your meme is based on Wesker and Chris, then you have one in the base roster, and you make another one DLC, because that incentivizes people to buy the DLC to make the meme real. Like, that's also my logic for Virgil. Like, you split them up and then you make one DLC. Now, the reason I'm not splitting up X-Zero and Sigma is because I have ideas on the Marvel side, which, keep in mind on the Marvel side that, X-Men is also going to be the Fire Emblem of this roster. But now, I'm going to sort out all this DLC and where it should go and how it should work later. See, like, I'm still thinking at the moment about... actually, oh shit, that's right, my other idea. Alright. Alright, hang on a second. Alright, so hear me out. So... Capcom always does this weird thing, where they pick a character that has nothing, that has no material, that has nothing to promote, and they just shove him in there and push them for no reason to kind of like promote interest in this product to justify starting a new project. Like, they did that with Arthur, I feel. With them pushing Arthur and Firebrand, and both Arthur and Firebrand coming back for Infinite. Like, there was this weird push for Arthur and Firebrand. And then a new Ghost and Goblins came out, and it was very mid, and not a lot of, and it was very meh, just kind of came and went. So, like, the push failed. And yeah, like, they don't just do this in fighting games, but, like, obviously right now I'm speaking in the context of fighting games. And in my head, like, if I was a Capcom executive, if I worked for Capcom, and I think to myself, Resident Evil is one of the pillars of our company. And that pillar is so strong that we devised a whole engine to make Resident Evil games. Now, this is a very varied engine, because we also made Street Fighter 6 with this engine, and we could probably make more games with this engine. So, let's say you want to gauge interest in a game that you could make with the RE engine. So what if you put Regina in here to see how interested people are in Dino Crisis? Now, I don't think you can make her DLC, because since she doesn't have any projects or memes attached to her, I don't think she's a strong enough contender. I don't think she's a strong enough contender for DLC. Or at least, actually, let me rephrase that. I don't think Capcom thinks she's a strong enough contender for DLC. Capcom wouldn't think that Regina pulls money. So you make her base roster. And you give her a tweaked version of Jill's moveset from Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Not the, like, Spider-Bug chest thing that makes her like a Cammy level striker. But, like, the healing items, the rocket launcher, the, like, weapon play. And instead of, like, summoning zombies and throwing tyrants at people, Regina summons velociraptors and T-Rexes for supers and shit like that. But, like, that would be with the assumption that, like, in this hypothetical scenario, you would be putting Regina in to gauge interest. It doesn't confirm a project, but it would be like a, let's see how hyped people get for this character, and we can use that as a measuring stick for how much to invest in a potential project. Yeah, okay. I'm removing Wesker, but I honestly think he's a strong DLC pick. I think Chris and Wesker should be DLC. I don't know if they should be DLC together, but I do think that they should be DLC. I honestly think that Wesker stands on the strength of his moveset alone. We'll sort that out here in a sec. But either way, maybe this is a little selfish of me, but Regina. This is a little selfish of me, but Regina. Okay. Now here's what I'm gonna do. For the sake of waiting area. Where the hell are you? Damn, this stream going a lot longer than I expected it to. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm putting V in the waiting area just in case. I don't know how likely it is, but I'm putting him there just to, like... I'm not 100% writing him off, but I'm not committed to him yet. Like, the fact that I've got two people popping off about V is telling me something, but I'm also thinking, would a Capcom executive in a closed room in their own bubble think about that? But that's something to consider. Okay, now as far as the Marvel roster. There's one thing I need to do before anything. I think, legitimately, Venom...
You must recover all the energy immediately, Mega Man.
Venom comes back, first off. Venom fucking comes back. I think just the fact that Venom is so goddamn fucking popular no matter what means he comes back. Not to mention he was DLC for Infinite, so that's an easy port. Honestly, if there was any justice in this world, I would actually put Doc Ock. I think that would be a really fun pick, and it would be really interesting. But also, I think as far as... I'm putting you in the waiting area because I honestly think there's an audience there. On that same note... Where are you? It would be ridiculous if you weren't in the waiting area. Like, I think Miles and Spider-Gwen, just on the merit of their popularity, have a strong chance. Alright, now... I have an idea. Bear with me. Bear the fuck with me. Hear me out. Now, I was really thinking about this when I was thinking of how X-Men heavy this game could be. Like, you know how I was talking about how X-Men 97, like, it would be really stupid of Marvel and Capcom to not synergize the fact that the Marvel vs. Capcom franchise was born out of a collaboration with Marvel for the original X-Men 90s cartoon. To not synergize that with the fact that Marvel's current X-Men 97 revival went off to a smashing success, complete with episodes that, like, were Emmy nominated. Like, it would be stupid to not make X-Men the pillar of the Marvel side. Not to mention, I've also mentioned before that the idea of Ultron Sigma in Infinite is a fucking cool as shit idea. Which is mired by the fact that it's in a shitty-ass fucking game. But I think the idea of Sigma combined with other techno-villains is solid as fuck. And Sigma always fucking comes back. So, hear me out. Where are you? Bastion. Bastion gets in. Bastion gets in the same manner that Ultron got in Infinite. Because like, you could really lean into the Zero is Tolerance plotline. And I think if you really want to have like a giant form that... Like, you know how there's always a boss? There's always like a giant boss that you fight at the end? Every time? Like, hang on. Add a row above. How about yellow? Oh, God, no. Let's make you white. Okay. Final boss of the game. I've actually been thinking about this, and I actually, like, really like this idea. Are you here? Are you here? Please tell me you're here. It is very important to me that you're here. God damn, are you fucking kidding me right now? Where the hell are you? Am I losing my mind? Wait. Is Master Mold not fucking here? Out of all the fucking characters, is Master Mold not here? Are you fucking kidding? Is there a different name for Master Mold I don't fucking know about? Is there like a fucking... Hang on. You got a different name, Master Mold? Like... No, he's just not fucking here. Are you kidding me right now? He is really not in here. Holy goddamn shit. What the fuck, yo? Why not Sinister? I was... God. Okay. Damn, that took the wind out of my wings. Alright. How the shit, man? Can I just, like, add something in here? Like... No? Alright. Okay, I'm just gonna erase this row, like... Just know that my idea as a final boss is Master Mold. It's like Master Mold with like a Bastion Sigma fusion. Okay, like that's my idea for like a Master Mold. Like the final boss is like some unholy abomination that's like based on Master Mold, but it's like infected with Sigma and Bastion. Like, taking advantage of the plot of X-Men 97 and, like... And also, like, the really cool concept of bringing Sigma back as a villain. Not to mention leaning into just Master Mold. Like, Master Mold is like a huge fucking, like, Sentinel production factory. Not to mention, they did the entire, like, they did the fucking, what is it? Is it Krakoa, or is it, god damn it, what the fuck is the name of that goddamn island? Like, you could make the final stage the ruins of Krakoa, dude! Imagine fighting Master Mold in the ruins of Krakoa. The fiery ruins of Krakoa. That would be sick! Be fucking sick, man. I'm standing by it. Alright. Hello, Cody, and Raiders, welcome. I have arrived to judge your roster. Alright. Hear me out. The final, alright, Cody, hear me out. The final villain of this game is Bastion and Sigma infecting Master Mold. And the final stage is the fiery ruins of Krakoa. Just leaning into X-Men 97. Tell me that shit doesn't sound cool. Tell me right now that shit doesn't sound cool. Like, I stand by it. It sounds cool as shit. Alright, now here's the thing. Okay. We have more space for Marvel characters. So I'm trying to think of what works. Like, I'm actually struggling a bit with the Marvel side with, like, what's popular. Because, you know, Marvel wants to market. Also, I'm going to do an extra category, but here's the thing. Like, here's what I'm gonna do. Is it out of row below? Oh, shit. Actually, delete that. Mother! Season 1, 8. There we go. Hang on. Add a row above. Hang on. I'm going to do 2 unlockable characters. Only 2. Only 2. Specifically, just because, like, I think that would be a fun little gag. And I actually think because of that, it should not be, like, dev time intensive characters. It should actually be strictly Legacy. And if it's strictly Legacy, hang on a second. Marvel versus Capcom 3 roster. Yes, give me the roster, please, thank you. Alright. Hear me out. X-23 and Akuma. That's it. Period. Those are the only 2 unlockable characters. That's it. That's all I'm doing. We do actually need more. Let me see. What's our female character roster right now? Is it really just Rogue and Scarlet Witch on the Marvel side? Is that really it? Honestly, if that's the case, I'm putting Storm in. Yeah, if it's just that, I'm putting Storm in. Storm. Girl. Honey. Where you at? Am I going nuts? Am I going nuts? Where the fuck? Storm, where the fuck are you? Am I going insane? Am I blind? Did I pull you up already? Like, where are you? God damn, I did pull you up already. I'm fucking blind. Jesus Christ. Okay. Not Electra, because I actually don't think Electra... Yeah, no, I don't think Electra works. But, actually, now that I think about it, I do think that Marvel Rivals is a good... I think Marvel Rivals is a good litmus test for what Marvel thinks is popular as well. And Marvel Rivals had... all Marvel Rivals characters. Yes, thank you. Very whatever, let's go. What the fuck is this roster? Okay, so Marvel Rivals actually has a really fucking weird pick that I am all for, and I think fixes our problem a lot because it also adds another heavy. Hear me out. Where is it? Penny Parker. Wait, no, what? Not to mention, it's another new character, which actually helps a lot. Okay, we got one more slot. Let's look back at... Let me look at the X-Men versus Street Fighter roster, just out of sheer curiosity. No. There's an article that's just characters in the Marvel vs. Capcom series. Oh dear lord, that's gonna be huge. No. No, please. Let's see. Oh, hello, another raid? Hi! Hello, welcome! It's me, it's Lewis, it's XTRSunburn! And we are building a roster for a hypothetical Marvel vs. Capcom 4 that we legitimately want to see succeed. Like, legitimately. Legitimately. Hello, how's it going? Hi! Penny Parker's okay, but I don't feel she'd fit this roster overall. Honestly, I think Penny works. I think Penny works, and most of the reason why I'm thinking, how's your night going so far? Well, I'm coughing because I'm recovering from COVID, but you know what? I'm having fun. So here's the thing, I think Penny works, and I'm mostly saying that because, like... I'm using Marvel Rivals as a litmus test for what Marvel wants to push right now. Because we've hit the point where most of the Marvel vs. Capcom legacy characters are covered. Some new additions have been added in. And, like, now it's a matter of getting into the mindset of Marvel. You know? And we have barely any magic users. That's true. Speaking of magic users, Hella is part of the, Oh, there's the picture. All right. I legitimately don't know who Magic is. Like, where's... Oh, there you are. There's the list. Okay. Who the fuck are you? Who's... Magic, Marvel... Hang on, I'm learning. I'm learning right now. I'm learning new things right now. The younger sister of Colossus? What the fuck? What the shit? Okay, let's look at the Okay, Monster Hunter, Ami, Jury, Ada, Lady. Okay, this is actually pretty solid as far as like not having too many white guys in the roster. Actually, we're doing pretty good. What's up? Oh yeah, I'm gonna wrap up here in a bit. DLC should go a lot more smoothly. It's the base roster that's the issue. You know what? You've convinced me. Let's go with Magic. I don't really have a strong attachment to Hela. You've convinced me. Let's go with Magic. Where are you, Magic? All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 22. Okay. This is our base roster. This right here is base roster. So this right here is base roster. Now it's a matter of lining them up, like pairing them up. Not necessarily who's fighting who, but like who's gonna get marketed with who. You know what I mean? Okay. So let's think about this. I think Ryu and Wolverine works. No. I think Ryu and Wolverine works. I think actually Ryu and Wolverine works. Like, Cap is the Marvel face, but, like, Wolverine is the Marvel versus Capcom face. Like, Wolverine was always, like, the face of Marvel versus Capcom up until they basically removed the X-Men. Like, even in Marvel 3, all the marketing was around Ryu and Wolverine. So, what time is it right now? Damn it. Alright. Let me think about this for a second. I'm gonna okay, so Wolverine, Iron Man, Captain America, Spider-Man. Okay. I think Ryu, X, Let's see. Okay, hear me out. I think this would be really funny. Chun-Li and Captain America. I'm gonna pair them off, and then that's like... And then, like, I'm saving it. And then DLC is gonna have to be later. I gotta do Spider-Man and Frank West. The meme of them being photographers is just funny. How about... Monster Hunter and Hulk. Monster Hunter and Hulk. Oh, you did? I'm sorry, I must have missed it. How about... no, I'm not sure, actually. Okay, hang on. This is really funny. I have the stupidest idea in the world. Are you ready? Are you ready? I have the stupidest idea in the world. Are you ready? Magneto and Phoenix Wright. Magneto and Phoenix Wright. Magneto. I'm sorry, I'm only like half paying attention to chat because like I'm also looking at the screen, and then like I'll be having the thoughts and then I'll look at chat, and I'm trying to not spend too much time talking. So like, okay. No, I think Doctor Doom versus Strider Hiryu works. Because one, they're both Marvel vs. Capcom 2 mainstays. And two, the idea of a futuristic ninja fighting a imposed dictator is kind of fucking canon to Strider, actually. Thanos and Jeddah. Dormammu... Oh, hang on. Oh, shit. This could be so fucking sick. Hang on. Dormammu versus Amaterasu. No, Dormammu and Amaterasu. Hear me out on this. No, hang on. You know, hang on. They both have weather control. Yeah, that's boring. You don't want to have two people that have weather control. That's just a fucking symmetrical fight. Let's see. Yeah. No, I'm pairing them up and then I'm gonna finish. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Black Panther. Right. Black Panther and Ada. Black Panther versus Ada. Yeah, actually. There. Winter Soldier versus Leon. Black Panther versus Ada. Scarlet Witch versus Morrigan. Wait, what the? There you go. No, come on. You're almost there. There you go. Scarlet Witch versus Morrigan. How about... Rogue versus Dante, because my guy would try his fucking best to flirt with her. There is no fucking way. No. No, it's Rogue and Dante. It's Rogue and Dante. That man would be thirsty as fuck. You cannot change my mind. Also, you know what? Cyclops versus Luke. Both characters that no one wants to see there, everyone hates, but they are just representative of immensely fucking popular franchise. Alright, now. Actually, I'm gonna put Bastion at the end. Sentinel versus Zero. Bastion is gonna be with Sigma, obviously. Groot. Groot versus Nero. Let me see. Hang on. Jury versus Blade. Lady D versus Venom. Oh, this is starting to look really unbalanced. Hang on a second. Actually, Magic versus Regina would be fun. Because I'm getting the impression that Magic is a magic caster, but also uses a sword, whereas Regina is more of a guns and bullets and keeps at a distance. So that would actually be like a fun matchup. Haggard trying to grapple a fucking mech. Yeah, that raps. And Falcon versus Storm. Because I'm just imagining that man in a fucking biplane trying to fly at the literal fucking goddess of the weather. And it would go as badly as you'd think it would. I'm literally just imagining fucking Falcon in a fucking biplane. That leaves Sigma with Bastion. Because they're the two villains. They're the two main villains of the game. And combined, they both infect Master Mold, and that's the final boss. Okay. How do I... Damn, I have this whole waiting area. Oh, the problem is I don't have time. I don't have time to do more, so I'm downloading this image. Look, I'm downloading 2 versions of this image. Download. Where is... Come here. You're in the wrong goddamn fucking thing, man. Alright. Okay, let me see this. Jesus Christ, why is the quality of this picture shit? Okay. Okay. That's the one that has the waiting area, and if there was any justice in the world. But obviously we can't keep that right now, so we're gonna delete this row. And we're gonna delete this row. And save. Download image. Did they both download? Okay, good. Okay. All right. Okay, this was really fun, and I'm actually really happy with this roster. Like, there's some cuts that I was not necessarily thrilled by, but I actually think that overall this came out really good. Like, I'm actually really happy with it. Like, it's a good combination of, like, legacy characters, like, things that are being promoted, new characters, and just like the off-the-wall picks, you know? Like, I still want to do the 3 seasons of DLC, but I did not think it was going to I was going to be streaming for 4 fucking hours. Am I chill to do that for? Pop off! Go. I'm not gonna say no to that. All right, so I'm gonna post this on Twitter, but I definitely need to stop. Like, I have gone way over my allotted time. I thought this was gonna be like a 2-hour stream or some shit. This went on way longer than I expected. You haven't streamed in ages. You starts to pop off on streaming out. No, it's a matter of like, John's going to sleep, Jen's going to bed. I'm not streaming while they're sleeping. This is the hard line. I'm not doing that. Like, it's just a limitation of the fact that my computer is not in an enclosed room. Like, I should have stopped a while ago, but I didn't want to stop in the middle of it. I wanted to stop at a good stopping point. Like, this finished roster with everyone paired off, that's the stopping point. So, I'm rushing a little, but that's literally because, like, you know, everyone's going to bed. I'm pretty sure Jen and John are probably frustrated, and I don't blame them. So let's see who's live. You know what? We're rating Triad. We're rating Triad, who is playing Earth Defense Force 6 with his buddy Sparterson. They are both good people. They stream whatever the fuck they want, and what they want to stream is Earth Defense Force, and I do not blame them. They're fucking great. So, let me set that up, because I really need to stop. Where the fuck is... There... That is not the raid button, damn. How long? Oh, god damn it, it desynced. Alright. God fucking damn it. Alright. Whatever, I have fingers. Alright. So, there's the raid message. And, the free raid message is... Damn, I got nothing. There, you know what? That's the one. That's the one. There, I got nothing. It's just Marvel vs. Capcom 4 raid. Alright. So, thank you guys for coming out. This is, for coming back out to the, you know, I guess, you know, return stream. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good night, everyone. Let's go raid Triad.